Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Decentraland Mana, and just before we do, peek over at Bitcoin, see what's going on with that. And the main reason why is because it's important to know what Bitcoin's doing recently due to the fact that a lot of coins are kind of behaving uniquely, right? We had kind of this stagnation in the market a moment ago, and now it's starting to kind of ramp up a little bit, but Bitcoin's increasing too, and that correlation is important to identify. But what I'm getting at here is the fact that Bitcoin is trying to pass 58,000. In fact, it might even do that right now, which is actually perfectly fine because 58,000 is a major resistance level. We need to be able to break above that and close above that on the one-day candlestick to get that confirmation where we're moving in the right direction. Okay, because still between 60 and 61,000 is a major resistance channel. We need to understand that. We're not out of the woods yet, but we're definitely on the right side of the fence. Things are going a bit better. We are above the moving average 50 on the 4-hour chart, which is very, very beneficial. Just note that there's a strong resistance channel. Again, the 200 is going to be intersecting with the price action right around 60,000. There's a strong amount of volume at that point, creating a slight resistance as well. So we'll see what happens at 60,000, but for right now, 58 is the most immediate resistance zone we want to go ahead and break into, right? So all good things here for Bitcoin at the point, right? We're looking okay. And just before I dive into Mana, I want you to know I'm not a financial advisor, but I love teaching people how to trade. I've been trading for over 15 years, and my goal is to help you become more self-sufficient as a trader. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me here. Hope you learn a thing or two here today. If you want more of a hands-on approach, so to speak, learn how to become a better trader more effectively, I have a trading community designed with that specific purpose in place. That is a link in the description below. Open enrollment December 1st. We're currently reserved at this point. We hit our max load in November. So check that out for December if you're interested. Now let's take a look at the one-day chart and kind of work our way down. All moving averages are null and void at the moment. The RSI is essentially looking very good at the point, right? In other words, we have this interest, or this level rather, right at 70 on the RSI. That's creating kind of this support and resistance channel, which I feel is pretty much concurrent with $4.95. So if we can break above, just say 520, then we'll be in good shape to be back above the RSI 70, essentially establishing ourselves as that bullish momentum. But you got to understand though, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, today's being the 5th day, could break above still, we haven't broken $5.20 yet. Once we break that plane, it's going to be open season. We're going to see the price continue to increase, and we're going to see some really good things there. But for right now, on the one-day candlestick, the one-day chart, you just need to understand that that is a pretty strong resistance at the moment at 520, okay? It looked like it was going to break yesterday, but it certainly did not. And I'll explain what I mean by that here, because the simple fact of the matter is that we're above the moving average 50 on the 4-hour chart. That is important. We love to see that. That is extremely excellent. We can see 1, 2, 3 4-hour candlesticks in the past, just say day and a half, 2 days. The price is held above that average, right? So that reaffirms the support. We also have the fact of the matter is that we're making higher highs and higher lows. Now we'll be able to identify that easier on the 1-hour chart. I showed that yesterday, but I'll reiterate that here in a moment. But with higher highs and higher lows, the price kind of responding well to the support resistance levels. Also, this blue line here, by the way, is the previous all-time high of 495. That is essentially the previous all-time high, and that it really creates a strong support level in most cases once the price breaks above and stays above. It did break above previously, and it does look like it's trying to hold above here today. So also very, very good stuff. Another thing, a last little increment here is the fact that we have the price over 50 on the RSI. Has it truly broken below? So if you kind of look at it here on the chart, we're looking at 466 is pretty darn close to that same level right now. So that kind of just reaffirms that support at 466. Heaven forbid the price comes down a little further, we should get bounced there. And that's still going to be considered a higher low based on the fact that the previous low is lower than that. So again, there's mostly awesome stuff here for Mana, right? And I say mostly awesome because obviously it's not like just taking off like we wanted it to yesterday, but that's okay. It's testing that resistance level, and once it breaks, we'll be fine. This is, again, today's the 5th day in a row we've seen that resistance level getting tested and rejected on the one-day candlestick. So therefore, if we can break above here today, I think we're going to be in very, very good shape to see a continuation of the upside. And as you can see right now, it's kind of trying to ramp back up. We're at about $5. And in the past couple of hours, we've got a nice, decent, small percent increase. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cloud and kind of see where we're at here. And see, we're still above the cloud. And yesterday when we took position, we were roughly in this range here. And then we averaged down here as well as a community. So the benefit of that, of course, is setting 2 profit targets. You can dollar cost average a little bit more, lower your effective average, and ensure that you have a much better position overall. And the reason why we did that, of course, is because it was a little bit on the overextended side, right? We look at this here, we can see TD sequential telling us we got up to a 6 or a 7, and then it started to come back down. We lost that momentum from Bitcoin because a lot of coins were reliant on that recently, trying to figure out what's going on. Now that Bitcoin's kind of stabilizing closer to 57, 58,000, there's more confidence in the market, the fear is subsiding, and you're starting to see an increase from a lot of coins right now. And this is just happening, this is more so developing last couple of hours. But that being said, we got a nice little reset here. We got all the way down to an 8, and now we're back to a 1. So we potentially have another 8 to 10, 8 to 12 hours worth of bullish momentum left on the 1 hour chart. Okay, so all good stuff there. All good things. I don't see anything negative there where the conversion line is above the baseline. We got the lagging span still behind. So in other words, Mana does look to be ready to rock and roll. I wouldn't say it's going to take off completely, but here's the key takeaway. We are seeing, and this is what I wanted to identify earlier. We got the higher lows, right? And we got the higher highs. So if this next high can break this resistance level and start making higher highs and higher lows again, we're going to be off to a very, very good start. And I'm confident we're going to be able to see that because, again, the Ishimoku cloud is telling us we're on the right side of the scales there. We are looking at bullish momentum. Bitcoin's taking off a little bit as well, giving us that confidence, a little bit more confidence, a little less fear. And in that sense, that is a very, very good thing. That's going to inflect or influence Mana positively, okay? So again, all good stuff there. So let's go ahead and go with the best case scenario here. Kind of look at what could very well happen if we were to continue to get push the upside, and just say we break that resistance plane of 520 on the 1-day candlestick. Say we can close at 520 or higher on the 1 day. Then we're going to be looking at pretty good shape here for an increase. We could see somewhere upwards of $9.89. And as a better case scenario, I'd say within the next 2 weeks we could see that. And I'm basing that simply put based on the fact that we have, in what it was like, what was it, in 11 trading days, the price for Mana had increased by a total of 120%. So to get that same kind of travel, that same kind of distance, so to speak, that once we break the all-time high, we're looking at about a 55% increase upwards to about $9. And obviously, if it goes all the way to about $9.89 or just say $10 even, you're looking at almost 70% increase. So Mana has tremendous potential to definitely continue to do well. It looks like it's ramping up. We have this ascending wedge pattern here forming as well. Keep this in mind, as you can kind of see on the Fibonacci retracement. It's just a matter of time before this bad boy breaks out, right? So I'm confident we're going to see some pretty good things here from Mana in the very near future. So hopefully you found this beneficial. If so, like, subscribe, whatever the case is. If you haven't already, follow me on social media, and obviously consider joining my Patreon community. Link in the description below for that. We have open enrollment December 1st. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing you next one. Have a good one. Take care.